The Fabian Speaks family, better yet, Fabian Speaks, we are back with a video, man. It's been a minute since I've done a live stream. I actually did one a few days ago, but just in terms of these streams to where I'm continuously engaging with the people, I know a lot of y'all may be like, dang, he ain't posted in a minute, but hey, we back on the train, man. We ain't stopping anytime soon. So, I mean, just in terms of my approach, I'm just gonna like talk to the people laid out there. You know, my creative approach will be a little bit different this time around. I think that, just from, output perspective, I'm going to be putting out content through live form. And I was doing this at a point in time to where I would just shoot a 10-minute live or an hour, a 30-minute live. Every message, every word, all the context, all the encouragement, the upliftment I've received from the Holy Spirit that I, want to just impart to people, I'm going to do it in that moment in time. I'm not going to try to always draw out a video or upload. So, don't be surprised when you see a lot of these random, um, live stream uploads from me because that's kind of the plan. We're at 835 subs. We lost some across the holiday time. And, I hope everybody enjoyed the holidays, spent time with their family. That's what I was doing. I was trying to like digress in a sense, just kind of like be a person, be normal, versus just grind, and especially being, I was spending time with the family. So you gotta have time with the family. So with that, yeah, we back to work. We back to work, man. It's a mission. This is a plan. This is purpose. So at the end of the day, I can't let y'all down. I'm not gonna, stop a calling that the Lord has put within my heart as well. So I appreciate people who subscribe, who engage in the channel, who take time to support. That's heavily needed at this point in time. The goal is to hit 1,000 subs. I usually get monetized, become a YouTube partner, and just keep growing, keep instilling value and encouragement within the people. So we'll see who hops in, man. I'm not sure if I'm in YouTube's good graces anymore. There's a point in time where I was streaming so much, right? It's like people were naturally funneling in to check out the content, to talk to me. But we'll see if people show up today. It usually takes a few minutes, so if you come into the stream, be sure to like the stream, be sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to just engage and comment down below where y'all tuning in from. So with this video, man, I'm just gonna hop into it, the subject matter of the title, and it's basically along the lines of what I would tell my younger self. And the younger me, man, always very creative, very eclectic, rambunctious, obviously a troublemaker. I got into a lot of trouble when I was younger, man. Just a little bad little kid, so, and I would always be getting whoopings at home. So it's like, yeah, I think it varies in terms of the younger self. Like, what stage are we talking about? As a kid, I'd probably tell myself, in my earlier days, to really be focused, even at my young age, to be focused on my future. I think that everybody has a particular path or a road traveled. Everybody has different situations they come from. So you may not always have foundation or certain dynamics put in place to kind of help you along your journey. So I think earlier on, I would have told myself to be really focused on my studies and really like be focused on, developing myself at an early age. I started like in high school, I started kind of being more rebellious. I started like drinking more. I started smoking. I ended up quitting my aspirations. Like I played basketball, and I was very passionate about it. I think I could have at least like played collegiate level, So with that being said, me quitting, me starting to, partake early on kind of put me in a position to where I kind of spiraled in a sense. Now, I'm a firm believer in everything that happens for a reason. God got a plan for all of us, right? So I can't be mad at how things turned out. But, there's a certain part in life to where in middle school, my parents split, they separated. So, I didn't really understand the value of having my father around really early, but then I started to see later on, like, dang, if my dad was around, things would probably be different. I would probably understand a little bit more this way. I'd probably be a little bit more, in my masculine. Like, there's certain things like, changing the oil in your car, changing a tire, things that, fathers just typically teach their kids, you know what I'm saying? So these type of small things that I think I would have been ahead of par with. We got white lighting. Are you a motivational teacher? That's what I aspire to be. You know what I mean? I want to be a motivational speaker. So in my younger years, I probably would have told myself to have fun, but already start developing a plan because even when it comes to like the economy, when it comes to career, and when it comes to like schooling and what you want to be in life, like there's so many paths you can take. And ideally the average kid is just trying to experiment, trying to understand where their calling is. So in those years there can be a lot of confusion, but I think I would have focused on scaling businesses, business ideas, being entrepreneurial minded in high school, very early, if not middle school, high school, because you just see the climate today. Like 9 to 5 is dead. People don't want to be in office. People don't want to work in corporate. People are trying to be entrepreneurial minded. That's just the wave now. Like the more we progress, the more ideal it would be to be an entrepreneur. Like we're just in a climate to where control is at the masses, control, automation, these things, to where people are maybe not lazier than ever, but they're trying to eliminate a middleman, so to speak. So you just gotta be ahead of it. You've got to be ahead of it. Early 2000s, it was cool to have a corporate job and, oh, I'm getting salary. Now it's like that doesn't sustain in the economy. There's times to where I'm just like, I need more money coming in. And that's not just greed, that's just understanding maybe a particular lifestyle. There's things that you could eliminate from your lifestyle, but that's just understanding inflation, the economy change. And then additionally, that's just understanding that we're living in a world to where things are just gonna be more expensive over time. Like, you know what I mean? Remember back in the 50s and the 60s, how much did a house cost? You can get a house for like 20K, 13, something like that. Nowadays, like we see the prices of houses. So that's what I think. Like the world's gonna keep adapting and changing, man. So yeah, it's just funny to think about. Like as a kid, I thought that like you could just live a worry-free lifestyle, which you can as a kid. But like I said, I just wish I was ahead of things a little bit earlier. So we got Christine in the building. Good morning from Michigan. Shout out to Michigan, man. Don't be afraid to drop in the comments where you guys are from. Be sure to like the stream as well. Double tap the screen to like the stream. And subscribe to my channel, please, man. We're on the road to 1,000. We're not too far from 1,000 subscribers, so all the support is definitely much needed. So I thank y'all, man. Shout out to Christine. Shout out to White Lighting. White Lighting. I thought I said White Lightning. So yeah, man. I'm just a big believer in not trying to change what's happened as well. So I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it. You know what I mean? In terms of everything happened for a reason. Things snowball, and you gather information, trials, tribulations, you learn over time. Like that's just life, man. And I think even if I look at my trajectory and my journey now, I wouldn't even be doing the things I was doing if like my parents didn't split, my dad didn't leave. If I hadn't pursued, moving to Florida, trying to study entertainment and music, like just the things I did, the path that I kind of just spun on, I don't think would have been that. I think I'd probably be more business minded now. Just if things were a bit different, I think I'd probably maybe have I don't know, maybe have a business, but I don't think it would be in a creative aspect. I think it would be more like cut and dry. So yeah, man, yeah. There's a lot of things I would tell my younger self, but I think the biggest one would just to be financially literate, at an earlier age, because times can be trying out here. And then there's times to where you just understand self-sufficiency and not waiting on the man, not, putting yourself in a position to where you're living paycheck by paycheck, not having bills stack up and like you have to take out loans. You don't know where to turn. Like, there's just certain financial principles that I think should be taught in school early on. Like school doesn't prepare you for life. School don't prepare you for the real world is the point. Like school is just a place to where you dilly-dally and you got your finger up your butt. You know what I mean? Like it's a social networking environment, if anything, versus preparation for the real world. That's why I say a lot of the establishments, a lot of things that are kind of set as a foundation in society, graduating from high school, getting a diploma, going to college, getting a degree, like then you have to hit the real world. Like these are all facades. These are all facades, and they're just ways for, the man to make money off of you, the government to make money off you, whether it's through loans, government schooling, funding, all this type of things, and just like spending money on these schools. Like, bro, it's not real. Because I mean, we're seeing more and more multimillionaires at earlier ages now. We're seeing kids understanding I don't need to go this route. And that's the beauty of life, is that people can choose. I mean, there's positives and negatives to everything. So with that being said, that's just an understanding some people just gotta naturally have, right? So like, I would have fourth went college. Like college was nothing to where I was really like, there's information and things I learned, of course, but at the end of the day, like, we live in an era to where you can learn on your own. You just have to have the discipline to, study, teach yourself, be self-taught, and you can scale, you can do anything you want. The most successful people didn't have this whole I need to go to college type of ideology. Some of them dropped out, some of them never even went. Of course, there's multimillionaires that are like Harvard graduates and all that, but like, it's irrelevant, man. School doesn't prepare you for life, and neither does college. So if schools incorporated more financial literacy, being understanding, credit, even real estate, like have a real estate course. Everybody needs a home. Like, these are things that are actually a part of a person's life growth and trajectory. Finances, those aren't going away. Understanding real estate, how to purchase a home, like that's ideal as you get older to have a family. Like, these type of subject matters should naturally be within schooling. And I'm starting saying even around middle school to high school, like start there to where you're teaching people about money, understanding how to, maintain, if not build credit, and then understanding how to mortgage, like the mortgage game, the real estate game, property taxes, things of that sort, how to understand to be a homeowner. Um, and these things will have a lot of people better off versus teaching us about chemistry and we don't, you know what I'm saying, teaching me about math that I would never use, or like, who cares about geography? You know what I'm saying? If I need to understand, I could just look at a map, So I don't know. These are some things that I would just say. I think those, financial literacy, credit scores and understanding the housing market, how to purchase a home, things of that nature, um, are vital. So comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts, man. Peace, love to everybody out there, tuning in, tapping in. I'm going to keep uploading these videos, man. I'm going to keep dropping. But this is what I meant in the sense of, I may record a 12-minute live stream and I'm just talking about one subject versus, recording a video, editing it, uploading it. And so just stay tuned, stay engaged, continue to support the channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like the videos, man, like the stream. And we'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace, love, prosperity. I guess this one's a bit of a shorter one today. If you want to join my live streams, this is what I'll say, man. I'm going to start putting a live stream schedule of about... So I'm trying to do my best to wake up earlier, let's say that. So if I'm waking up at 4 in the morning, right, I'm going to the gym, 5, 6, I'm probably back home, checking emails, 7. I would say 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know where you guys are across the globe, but 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time window is when I'm going to consecutively do these morning live streams, talk about subject matter, motivate, encourage. On the flip side, I'm gonna start doing consistent streams at nighttime. So expect a stream tonight. So we can have a stream, I'll say same thing, 7 a.m. To 8 a.m., 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. for my night streams as well. And this is all Eastern Standard Time. We'll just keep it like that so that there's a window of people knowing when to join. If I can join, I gotta join mornings, if not nights. So shout out to y'all, man. Peace, love, prosperity, God bless. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life. Keep on keeping on, keep on having faith, man, and maintain in this battle. Maintain because you've already overcome. We'll see you on the next time, man.